After loving Wet Hot American Summer, I ended up watching this cool giant long review, and in it, Hot Stuff and Short Shorts here mentioned something I never heard of before: Sleepaway Camp. So I decided to check it out and realised there was 3. So I got them all, and now I gotta make a video. So if you want to blame anybody for this, it's Joni and Chachi here.
Give me those videos! Oh my God! Somebody help the people!
Movie 1 opens with this excellent boat crash accident, which sets up the whole thing.
Hurry!
I'm gonna put that in S tier. That's an indication of how bad things to come are. Fast forward a few years, and the remaining kid is going to camp where her dad died.
Isn't there anything special my little girl would care for?
It's kind of weird, but whatevs. Ridiculously huge pot of boiling water all over this pervert's face. Totally deserved. Great makeup. I guess he dies eventually? Doesn't really matter. A tier. But who did it? The mystery.
Hey, Bobba-ree-bob.
Next up is this kid drowning. Boring. E tier.
Hey, Bobba-ree-bob. What the hell are you doing here? I bet the rest of the boys will be interested in seeing you.
There's nothing really to see here, but he does recognise the killer, so, I guess it's the little girl, probably not the crazy stepmom. Is it the crazy stepmom? I don't think it's the crazy stepmom.
What the hell are you doing?
This one should be good, but it isn't. It's just comical levels of dancing around, followed by this pretty cool dead bee face, which just isn't enough to save it. I'm gonna go C tier, yeah. This next chick gets a classic stabbing in the shower. No boobies. She deserves it for wanting to bonk this weird old man. A solid B for that one. I've no idea how she managed to stay stood up for so long. That's weird. Finally, it's time for the biggest bitch of the movie to get done in. There's these hot tongs here, and they're going in or up the, maybe, are they going up the, would that kill you? I'm really not sure. It's very vague. It's got to be another E, right? She also knows the killer, and I think she would be surprised to see this guy coming in, so it's obviously the weird little girl, right? Right? Does this even count? We don't see a thing apart from 3 bloody sleeping bags. How do you even do that without waking anybody up? That's got to be impossible. That's got to be another E. Now this guy is the pervert in charge. God knows what shower girl saw in him.
It can't be you. It can't be. It can't be.
S tier. This was a proper what? oh moment. Probably, I guess they're sticking the arrows on and pulling them off and playing it in reverse? Maybe? I don't know. Take it to Corridor Crew. Anyway, it looks awesome. It's brilliant. I love that one.
How can it be?
The final death of the movie is a beheading. But we only see the aftermath, which is very spectacular. I'm gonna say a B for special effects. Pow! So, it turns out, spoilers, that the killer is the little girl as suspected. But there is a twist. Of the two kids at the start, the girl died, the boy survived. He went to live with his aunt and she is fucking bonkers.
You see, I've always wanted a little girl.
Presumably that's her husband that's having an affair with the dad of the two kids. That's made her go nuts. And she decided to raise the boy as a girl. Is she my favourite thing in the movie? Yes, I think she is. I thought this was kind of crap until I watched the sequel. In hindsight, this does have a story. There's at least a slight mystery about the killer's identity, a few interesting characters, and a little twist. Yeah, I'm coming round to it. Movie 2 made me appreciate the first one a hell of a lot more. And we're straight into it, a good old whack on the noggin with a branch.
Where the hell are you? Right here.
And cutting the tongue out for no real reason. I'm gonna put that in C. Now, we instantly know who the killer is. It's the same girl as before, now officially a girl, so I guess that's a win for LGBTQ rights all the way back in the 80s. Will they have a twist to spice it all up? I really hope they have a twist.
Say no to drugs.
Burned Alive is pretty brutal. We gotta put that up in S, I think. Apparently, Angela really doesn't like people doing drugs or fucking. Where this religious stuff comes from isn't really explained, by the way.
What are you looking for? A gun?
No? A drill.
Next up is a drill to the stomach. Gotta be C at the most. Yeah, I really feel like a lot of these could at least try to put up a struggle, but nah, just accept it. The next two are a homage to Freddy and Chainsaw Massacre, I think? This movie already has a problem with interesting kills, and now it's just ripping off other stuff. I'm gonna put both of them in D.
Hey, where'd you find it?
Please don't!
Sorry. Once I start a task, I always finish.
This movie has clearly set out its stall now. Zero story, zero mystery, it's all about the kills. With a bit of filler to get the runtime up. Problem is, they are generally very boring. So this one was a nice surprise. A bit stabby, then drowned in a leech-filled toilet? I'm going for A. I'm not sure why you would willingly get in there instead of putting up a bit of a struggle, even if you did get stabbed a bit, but whatever. Guitar string strangling? Boring. D tier. And she almost gets caught here, so she goes for another quick stabbing. Rubbish. E. Wait a minute, why didn't she just stab the other girl too? Whatever. this big muscly dude is a moron and gets some battery acid in his face. Does that even work? I'm gonna say D. Yeah, it's inventive, but the way this idiot nonchalantly wanders through the door pisses me right off. Finally, we get a good old classic head chop. Nice editing, good dummy, solid C. Our final camper gets a stab with a twist. Again, the lack of any form of evasion or fighting back is just getting depressing now. I'm gonna do that another C tier. And I'm only saying that because the next one is an even worse stabbing. That's a D. And it all ends with her catching the one girl who nearly got away, and they couldn't even be bothered to show her death. It's almost amazing how quick they dropped any semblance of a story and leant right into just going for kill after kill after kill. Presumably it's supposed to be shocking, but it's almost universally boring. So then I went and watched part 3, didn't I? It's a pretty good opener, that. A tier. It's a good job she missed running her over the first time and went down an empty alley, and nobody bothered to check why a bin lorry was chasing a girl around. Angela is back. It's 1 year later. She's gonna pretend to be that chick so she can go back to exactly the same camp. Straight away, there's some reporters here doing a news piece about murder camp, but don't worry about that, it ain't affecting the story one bit. This idiot woman accepts drugs from a total stranger and just snorts it all down straight away. I guess it's some cleaning stuff? Amazingly, it kills her instantly. Maybe it's like when kids were eating Tide Pods. Anyway, it's stupid and I'm gonna put it in D tier. Instantly, we have an old man shagging a sexy teen camper. Both of them get whacked with a stick. I'm gonna say E. Pathetic. I'm saying it a lot, but at least fight back a little bit. There's this annoying twat who's setting off firecrackers all the time. He gets one up his nose while he's asleep. That's not bad. I'm gonna say B.
Better up.
This graffiti guy gets hit with yet another stick and then set on fire. Phew! I thought that was going to be another boring one, but they saved it in the end. B tier. You might have noticed I'm not talking about the story. There is none. Angela is now a crazy killer who just loves killing people in crazy ways. Each victim is shown being a bit of a twat, but not really so much you'd want them dead, so I didn't really find myself cheering her on.
You bitch, that hurt! Don't you ever!
Axe chop. Bit boring, nice dummy. C tier? You know, I can't even remember this girl doing anything particularly bad. This one is inventive at least, although I'm not convinced she could actually pull her up all that high. But I do like it, it's cool, I'm gonna put that in a B. Now, buried alive in garbage sounds bad, but honestly woman, Just climb out. You're not even tied up. This is looking like the worst one, but is saved by coming back with the lawnmower. A tier. Weirdly, Angela has time to come back and dig her up and pose this lady just to scare another chick later, which really just makes it seem like a lot of work.
Don't! Come back here!
I think this guy gets his arms pulled off. I guess that'll kill you. It's not great though, is it? C tier. I also feel like he wasn't even tied up that well. He could have got out of that. Yay, we're back to the old classic tree branch. Then finishing him off with a tent peg in, I don't know, something? D tier. Believe it or not, this guy had a gun and he still didn't do anything. The final counsellor is the father of one of the kids from the last movie. He's a cop, and after realising who she is, still doesn't do anything. He just stands there for ages before she reveals she's got a gun. What a useless idiot.
A gun.
D tier. Right, this one is just frankly ridiculous. Two at once with axes. It's a good job they stood in the exact perfect spot, like absolute crap. E tier. Like even a few inches one way or the other and they just get hit a little bit. Is this supposed to be some kind of clever trap? 'Cause it's not, it's rubbish. Oh, eventually somebody decides to fight back and Angela is beaten very, very easily. Then, whilst bleeding to death in an ambulance, Angie goes and stabs two people with a syringe. Like, why? That ain't killing either of them, is it? She's still gonna bleed to death. Well, it turns out the first movie is a work of genius. It's got a story, there's characters, there's mystery, and there's a great twist. Maybe you should watch the first. The ending is pretty insane. Is it insane? Yes, it's insane. Bye.